important note that what they're playing here, this is not a mission. Right? This is just one of the many open world activities that you encounter when you're out and about exploring the world. And that's another aspect of DC being a fantastic setting for us. That it's like, for people who haven't been there, it's a very diverse city in terms of its different biomes and districts. We have almost jungle-like nature up around the Potomac, and then these big wide open spaces of the mall really lends themselves to open area combat like we saw, where we can really think about, okay, how are we going to approach this situation?
Right, how to strategize exactly with like your team of co-op players, or I mean, you can go at it alone if you wanted to.
You can play everything in the mission, if you so will.
That's awesome. I mean, Yannick, I think we've got some questions from the community.
We've got a couple questions. We have XX Inside XX who's asking us, is the DZ coming back?
Absolutely, we're going to have Dark Zone in the Division 2. It's going to be a revised version of the Dark Zone, and it's going to be ready at launch.
Nice.
Nice.
As in absolutely fantastic.
As in the best Dark Zone ever. All right. We also have a session who's asking when does the beta start and how to sign up to it.
Even in such open environments, claustrophobic, close-quarters combat is never far away. Players will still experience the tense, frightening encounters that have made Metro what it is today. But these moments of pure, anxiety-inducing combat are seamlessly embedded into the wider, open levels. With Artyom and the Spartans a considerable distance from Moscow, they will start to discover how radiation has affected different life forms across the country. Humanimals are a new mutant to Exodus, fierce and unrelenting. The A-Shot serves as an effective close-range weapon for this frantic, breathless type of gameplay, a marked distinction from more tactically demanding human encounters.
Ruslan Ismailov, former leader of NGFP. He was confirmed dead 2 years ago.
Tell me where Ruslan is. I'm going after him.
Leonid Osterman, a former member of Ruslan's liberation group. He was arrested, charged with murder, and sentenced to death, and executed later that year.
He pulled the wool over all of our eyes! I was framed! If Ruslan's alive, then I can only imagine I have him to blame for it.
Lieutenant Borodin.
Some people deserve to die. I suppose that's something you'll never understand. is war. Rookie or veteran, one misstep will get you killed.
His pilot suit resembles those used by the Zaftra army.
Run, Mikhail. Run for your life!
No way am I just going to leave you here. I have a responsibility to protect you.
Ah, what tragedies we speak of. Then again, that's all history is. One tragedy after another. I just want to know why.
That was a mistake.
No.
Careful.
Uh-oh.
This is not
He's got
good.
a buddy. He's got a buddy.
This is not good at all.
Oh. Claire, get out of there.
Oh.
Ponytail was a bad
Grenade
choice.
launcher. They move quick.
Oh. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Doors, yeah, thankfully so.
Oh.
He's like, I heard what you did over there.
Okay.
Nice. Ooh.
Get him with that acid round. Grenade launchers, you only get maybe a couple shots in this game, but they are kind of an emergency weapon for obviously when you run into guys like that.
Got any herbs?
She's hurting, yeah.
There we go.
Much better.
Nice soothing sound. Oh.
Just gonna take a relaxing moment.
That's right. Dangerously low on ammo, I want to point out here.
Yeah. We are risking it all today, guys.
That's right. Only on PlayStation Underground.
Well, hopefully if we're in the gun range now, there might be some
Yeah.
ammo.
Yeah.
Please help me. Yeah.
Listen. Emergency management. They might as well just say final solution. So close for population growth.
They're just gonna let me through. Boy, wouldn't that be the day.
he is very strong, he's very fast, and he has a huge moveset. And I want to try to take this guy on with my sword here.
Oh, nice.
So what you saw there was an example of something called Mikiri, and the idea behind that is that I dodge into his attack rather than away from his attack.
Got it.
So it rewards me for being aggressive.
Very cool. So you don't always want to be defensive. Sometimes
Exactly.
you gotta just dive right into the fray.
It feels like being aggressive in combat is kind of a theme with this game.
Yes, absolutely. You can be rewarded or you can be heavily penalized for being too aggressive. In this case, I'm trying to strike a friendly balance between the two.
Yeah, the death and resurrection mechanic is really interesting too. I'm sure that we'll see some of that later.
Oh, I can assure you, you will see the death mechanic, and it won't be by choice.
So what just happened is you sort of have been going on this back and forth with posturing, and now you just had that finisher move that knocked out one of his diamonds. So it's not quite just attacking, like you guys are sort of defending and doing a back and forth.
That's exactly what it is. It's a little bit of a dance, a bit of a tug of war. And the idea here is that I'm trying to break through his posture. And
Which
he's
is
trying to break
represented
through
at the
mine.
top of the screen there, that yellow bar.
Yes, precisely.
Oh.
Nice.
He does not like you.
Almost. See, I would have gotten greedy there. I would have done the classic From Software thing and gotten killed right when I was about to kill the guy.
Yes, I do it all the time.
Oh.
Somehow.
So long! It's over! Take this! Alright, let's do this! Ugh, I hate spiders. They explode when they die. Keep away from them.
Make contact with secondary target and is in pursuit. Roger. Medium origami approaching. Sending point information.
So, you finally showed your... We're enemies, I get that. But drills are so damn awesome!
To think you'd pull that off. Round one.
It is quiet here, brother. Too quiet for my tastes. Something feels wrong. Shh. There! Movement in the tree line. An ambush is imminent. We must be ready. If we cross the river, we could escape through the southern gates. Or we could attempt to survive the ambush through force of arms. This hill would make a good defensive position en route, should more forces arrive. Prepare for battle, brother, and may your blade strike true!
The enemy is upon us, and we don't have much time to prepare our defenses. I'm turning all bar one of my units to face the charging enemy, pulling my Azure Dragons back to fire over the top. And using Swen Tren's ability to take the damage out of the charge before committing him into battle. Sven Rent is going to ride out with her cavalry and begin flanking the enemy, hitting their archers and taking out their strategist, before quickly attacking the enemy in the rear. This enemy army is mainly weak sword units, and they can hardly make a dent in my front line. Even with the advantage of surprise, they are slaughtered. With some of the enemy units dealt with, I'm going to peel off a few of my own and get them moving towards the defensible position on the other side of the river.
Seen civilizations manifest and crumble. Truly, none large. Arrogant empires, everyone content in their belief that only they merit a place among these stars. Dogs chasing conquest, glory, even faith. I have seen servants of entropy existing only to spread their malice, one galaxy to the next. Merciless agents of disorder, committed to the annihilation of all they once stood for. Seekers of depravity and forces of cruel savagery. I watch the beleaguered populations of dying planets struggle tirelessly in the futile pursuit of betterment, or prosperity, or survival. And yet, no matter how fleeting their existence, I welcome all to a place in my carefully curated collection.
They're down!
Okay, I'm pushing up.
Yeah, copy.
Clear.
Clear. Up there!
Yalla! Come on!
Down! Move!
Clear.
Clear. Fuck! Contact!
Enemy down! Fuck! Hey, MG! Oh, fuck! Window! He's in the window!
I know! I fucking know!
Grenade!
Oh, shit!
in there. Not finished yet.
All right. Come on, man. Focus.
Okay.
Trust me. You can do it.
But where exactly is here? Thankfully our hero has another trick up his sleeve, which we call concentration mode. We can use it to check for points of interest within the house. This ability comes in quite handy when stuck during the process of investigation, and sometimes can reveal things that could not be seen by a regular citizen of Oakmont. Well, that looks welcoming. These frightening creatures apparently came along with the flood. They usually attack the player in packs, since their abilities and behavior often synergizes with one another. Small Stygian harvesters are trying hard to distract the main character, while Revenant over there tries to land a painful ranged attack. Thankfully, if they bleed, we can kill them, although weapons and bullets are quite hard to come by, and this fight is surely gonna cost us.
This is Lead Researcher Archer calling any survivors on this frequency. Is anyone out there? I repeat, this is Lead Researcher Archer calling for any survivors on this frequency. Is anyone... Rose?
This is Nikola Tesla speaking, and unless it wasn't already obvious, this ship is under strict quarantine. There is to be no movement on or off the Helios.
Ada, what the hell is going on? There's been an accident. Or sabotage. It doesn't matter. We need to get off this ship. Yeah.
Stop! You can't run from my road!
Someone's here!
He's staring at me, which is definitely not creepy. We should probably go. Adding to your crew is more than just cloning, so let's go check out the greenhouse. The greenhouse is one of the most important modules. This is where you create the atmosphere required to keep everyone alive. You have to make sure to not only have enough plant life, but also to have the correct plants for the clone types on board. It seems nobody's working here right now, so let's fix that.
Job assigned.
And just like that, 2 clones assigned to the module. On top of the required atmosphere, your crew also needs a place to rest, and this is where crew quarters come into play. Let's quickly build one.
Crew quarters. Each crew member needs a slot in one of these modules.
Anything you build is immediately available. Gotta love the technology of the future. A part of building up the USS Genesis anywhere you want is being able to decide how things look as well. You can even change the colour of certain individual objects, like making this couch brown. As well as the colour of modules and corridors, either individually or all at once. Let's go all black. Normally, I wouldn't recommend blindly firing your weapons aboard the ship, as you could accidentally hit and kill your crew members, but this does look pretty cool. Alright then, I think it's time we visited the planet. We can't just have these clones standing around after all. The bots aren't done unloading the harvester from its previous mission, but I really want to go planet side, so let's destroy the remaining cargo. You can see on the right hand side which resources each...
You can think of the world of the occupation as fully explorable to you from the start. The buildings you can see here are all inspired by architecture that we see on a daily basis in Manchester. Having an open, non-linear environment to explore allows you to carve your path through each of the environments and prioritize the objectives that you think are most important. Now that you've learned some more about the game, let's try and tackle a short scenario, without getting caught this time. We're currently around halfway into the game. We've broken into a high-risk area, and we need to gain access to room 230 to use the disc we previously acquired.
What the hell?
Come out if you're in here.
This is Sky Eye. It'll be impossible to defend the base if we can't attack the enemy. Requesting takeoff clearance.
Copy. You are cleared for takeoff.
Copy that, tower.
Rabbit, seen on his tail.